started my Marauder last night. I couldn't help myself. I said I was gonna do it today, but I did it last night. I got a little bit through Act 1. I was like 40 minutes, 50 minutes in. I'm getting back on it today. So, I decided to go dual wield. I already kind of picked out a lot of the skills I was going to use, or a lot of the passives I was going to use. I was going to grab damage over time mastery, leech mastery, axe mastery, bleed mastery. I probably can grab attack mastery too. And more axe mastery if I need to. So everything I'm going to get is pretty close. I'm also going to grab some of this stuff, warrior training and all that. Diamond skin, you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff. Not going to have to go too far for what I'm trying to achieve. So yeah, it's all right here. Just the good thing about going purely strength, you don't get split apart. You know, you have to like go do the intelligence, and then you might want to go like end up over here or something. You might need to get some stuff over here. I don't know.
What little help I can offer is yours. Take care.
Right now I'm using Molten Strike and Steel Skin. Like I said, I'm challenging myself to use more of a melee build, not like a ranged build. So I mean, this is like good enough for when I'm hitting a target with my club. It counts. I also need mobbing power, but I didn't want to just strictly go like ground slam. Like that was, to me, was kind of cheating. Like you might as well just play like a witch or something. I feel like that whole problem with that is going to be remedied in the second game. When I've solved, the Cane Blade is just so much more fluid. Playing melee isn't going to be that much of a challenge.
My mana is gone.
I'm reading the One Piece manga, like non-stop. I read it all the way up to the Alabasta arc, and it's getting close to the end. And the anime basically has the same stuff, spot on. The manga just like I said already, it's just much more emotional because it doesn't get ruined by the voice acting. Like the voice acting to me is kind of cheesy. Like it's almost like they're trying to force a certain accent and a certain sound all at the same time. And it kind of takes away from like the delivery, the actual impact of the emotion. Emotion should be dictated by the circumstance and the build up to the fact that we just learned about the backstory and all that. And it should be based off of somebody screaming into the air, screaming with their hands down like by their side. That's not how the emotion works. Emotion works. I'm sure people literally would think that's how it works. Like if I scream into the mic and throw my hands down to my side, that's emotion. But really, it's just exactly why there isn't any emotion, because it's just so alien. But the manga has so much more emotional impact that every single moment I remember from the manga isn't about the fights or the story arc. It's literally the emotional turnaround. Like, if you ever watch One Piece, that's usually how it works. Like, they'll go to an island, they'll be all fun and games, they'll try to find something, especially in the early part of it when they're finding other crew members and stuff. And then, you know, it's like, here's the backstory. You know, this guy had a big problem. You know, there's a big issue going on, and then Luffy decides to help them, and he usually pushes those same people to change a little bit. Like, you know, more impactful stuff would be like Nami. Like, he would literally not leave Nami alone, and she had to basically, you have to hear about her backstory and how Arlong is a bad guy, and he won't let her go and all that. And then she basically screams out for help, like, help me. So, like, he wouldn't have done anything otherwise, because, you know, that's like the point, like, to build that up. And then you have like Sanji, who, you know, shares a similar dream and all that, and he was inspired by Luffy, how, like, he wasn't gonna give up. I'm saying, like, that's what I remember from the manga. And the anime, I barely remember anything but like the fights and the highlights. For something like that to be able to control what you remember and impact you is probably what people mean by like art and stuff. Like, how can something take away from what you want, change your opinion, you know, and basically make you go from wanting to watch One Piece for like the crazy fights and the lore, like people's bounties and devil fruits, to just the emotional aspect. That's such a powerful piece of artwork or literature. Like, you definitely have to read the manga. I'm sure people would attest to that, where they remember the anime in the beginning being kind of garbage until you get to like Wano and all that, and Whole Cake Island. And then, because it gets really epic, the fights get super epic. And like, everyone's super cool. Like, you have like Whitebeard, you have, you know, you have like Big Mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's super epic. But all I really remember is the emotional parts from the manga. Like, I can recall right off the bat. So, like, I definitely recommend reading the manga. It's been around for a long time, but I would say read it from the beginning. It's worth it. Yep. The manga is kind of teaching me how to create things, because usually I would go for coolness and engagement and all that. Like, it has to be cool. You have to have all these characters that have all these crazy powers, and no, bro, that's not how it's not what I'm learning from basically reading the One Piece manga. I need something that makes people remember stuff, you know what I'm saying? You can't create memories. There needs to be something that happens that makes them remember it, you know what I'm saying? It's like if I was to say, you know, like, I was gonna make like a space station. This game called Space Station 13. I was gonna make like this show or something about it, which I didn't end up doing because I just didn't do it. You know what I'm saying, big lazy. But I was gonna have these great characters. I was gonna have all these special references to like what happens in the game. I know, but that's just like high level stuff. That's not what makes a good piece of. That's not what makes good content. That type of content. It's just like, it's cool and all that, but it isn't anything more than that. Like, it's like deep. Like, you see the depth, and it's like, that's cool. Like, that's not depth. It's not even that deep. It's like a full being deep was cool. Like, that's about as far as it goes. I probably, after reading the One Piece manga, I usually would rank JoJo as the greatest anime manga. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that whole thing, but to me, it kind of is another thing that suffers from just being cool. Like a pool that's deep is cool. Because it's a deep pool, you know what I'm saying? Like it's appealing because it's so deep. Like of course that's like that's the whole thing. And there are other things, but it's mostly based on the fact that it's cool and it's deep. Like there's really no impact from the depth. The coolness doesn't really change anything, you know what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't really matter. It's almost just like some quick... Somebody come up with 2 seconds, you know what I'm saying? It isn't like a good habit to have that type of thing. Like you're just dragging around in a deep pool everywhere you go, and it's cool. Like it's very shallow. It's a very shallow source of creation, I guess. Like that whole strategy. Like you can say, well, you know, PoE is like that. But at the end of the day, the game's so hard, it kind of stops you from getting into it being cool for this reason or that reason. And like I kind of agree. Like that makes sense. Like the whole point of One Piece is going and getting the crew members, you know, meeting the guys, going to the Grand Line, trying to become the King of Pirates. Once you get towards like whole cake where he's way stronger and like they're kind of chilling at that level, like they're way stronger now, and you know it's not really about that. It's not out of their grasp anymore. They're pretty close to getting their goal, or if he's getting his goal accomplished. You know, it's like everyone's kind of close to achieving their goal because they're getting close to the end. Like, you know, that might not be the biggest deal if you had read the manga and like you're really more focused at some point on the actual story, like the characters actually, the actual emotions from the characters, not just the whole shallow climb to the Grand Line and the end of the story, right? Like more of like, you know, what really are the characters like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can kind of draw a parallel between the One Piece manga and the anime and kind of what I would normally do to make good stuff, a good story. You could say, well, how come other, you know, IPs and all that didn't fall into the pit trap of just being a deep pool that was cool? And I'd probably say that when you got to, like, the deepness part and the coolness part, it really wasn't nothing there. Like, Diablo's a good example because it kind of draws on the Christian mythos, or the Christian, not the mythos, but, you know, the Christian lore, where there's, like, heaven and hell, and there's God, and there's the devil, and there's demons. At the end of the day, it's not anything else. Like, it's so familiar to people, that whole heaven and hell thing, that it doesn't get lost. Like, that doesn't really get lost on you, that if just being cool and people being, like, level 80 isn't everything, I'm saying. A lot of the time it's that people are very familiar with that type of story or that type of lore, and like they're not just kind of trying to drown themselves in high level stuff. Kind of like PoE and Diablo. People want to play like the end game. Even when you're doing it, there's still a chance that you could make a lot of rookie mistakes. But there is a chance that you could really make something on purpose that is just cool and deep, or just like end game high level stuff, and that it really isn't that good, I'm saying. Or it's not good enough for people who are going to watch it or read it to really immerse themselves in it and all that type of stuff. So like, you know, I would just make something like instantly that was like Whitebeard, you know, Whitebeard's high level, he's, you know, end game type stuff, and then like some deep pool or something around there, and just leave it at that. Put that on the side, and then learn from the manga how to make stuff that people might like a little bit more. Just saying. So like World of Warcraft would have something like that. It'd be cool because it's kind of hard to get to that level and understand what's going on. So it's kind of like you work to that point. And I'm talking about from like someone who picks up your first issue of your manga or whatever, and it's just you being like level 80. Like that's not likely to be the best thing to do. all my fire damage that I'm throwing out is converted to all my physical damage is converted to fire damage from using this ability, so I don't have to worry about building it for that. Oh. I don't know. Let me see. I don't want to talk about One Piece because I'll just end up saying a bunch of spoilers. The show's been out for a long time, but
Worthy of death.
I don't want to just talk about the actual story points. Like, that would be ridiculous, I'm saying.
The tale of Brutus was a popular one in the schools of Theopolis, taught in the hopes of deterring students from ambitions not condoned by the Templar. Brutus was warden of Axiom Prison and one of the most feared men in the Eternal Empire. But there the histories end.
Faster attack support. Need dex for that. Melee splash. Fire damage. Life trap. I do want to take faster attack support. I might buy melee splash. Check maim as well. Melee splash. And what I'll do is I'll take this. This will give me plus 20 dexterity. It'll give me in one level out. That'll give me what I need to use or faster attack support, which is gonna be great. Dual wielding, having that attack speed. You just need to level up and get it.
Take care.
Oh yeah, I need to sell these mana
What little
potions.
help I can-
These potions. Hopefully the inventory management's gonna be much better in PoE 2.
Take care.
I don't have to like deal with all these
There's a
materials.
fine line between man and monster. Brutus, the warden of Axiom Prison, he crossed that line long ago. A big lad, and as you know from Hillock, big lads are slow. Hit and run, that's the way to cut them down.
Main support. Ruthless, Molten. Low dexterity wouldn't hurt on this guy, on the Marauder. If you want to go like swords, thing, be good.
My mana is gone. I cannot do this yet.
If I had a little bit more dex, you know what I'm saying? The saber would be nice, I'm saying. Once I get one more ability point, I'll probably be using something like that. Let me just identify it real quick. Yeah, like that. It's gonna be pretty good. Has more accuracy as well.
In the
I think that's pretty or noticeably faster. Plus momentum. I'm going axes, but swords are gonna be good for now. Maim.
my mana is gone.
for the challenge, I'll probably go Thief for the season on the 29th when new season comes out. I'll probably go Thief. Just to go daggers and melee only, not like throwing knives or nothing. Even though it's going to be pretty painful thinking about it. Should work out though. We'll see. I'm probably going to do something like that. I guess I'll work my way towards elemental mastery. I don't want any problems with like some elite. I have a hard time upgrading attack speed because I don't have a lot of dexterity. I feel like that's what I'll run into eventually.
Your brawn is about to meet its match, Brute. Give the Warden my regards.
Still the Karui barbarians advance upon us. Lionite is dead. His legion slaughtered, along with every eternal man, woman, and child from Lionite's watch to the foot of our axiom. Should the need arise, we shall retreat through Prison's Gate, raising my barricade behind us. Yet our salvation is at hand. Foul times demand heroic deeds.
Your spirit is the plaything of the ancestors, slave master.
Got mollywopped. Smack, smack. Whoa, I thought I had wings.
For
It's kind of
some,
cool.
death is welcomed with open arms. While we live,
The warden's free of his own prison. Well, since you're so bloody determined to cheat the britches off death, you better have one of these. For luck. And when they ride the...
Shield charge, leap slam, vitality, enduring cry, intimidating cry. I'm definitely going leap slam.
Farewell.
I would like one of these other buffs. I don't have any like room. I might have to throw this jade hatchet back on for the space. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this one on. Clarity. Cast an aura to grant you.
be well.
Probably go for crits. I am doing attack speed, so critical chance like that should be good. Are there damage numbers in this game? Doesn't look like it. Looks like because my attack speed's pretty high. That I'm jumping pretty quickly. I don't know, it seems like it's faster than on my Templar.
Inekora, Mother of the Dead, is this your land I walk upon?
Alright guys, I think I'm gonna stop for now. I used the bathroom and I had a bunch of noodles earlier. I feel bad. When I start lifting weights, I'm an amateur weightlifter. I never got that much into it anytime I start lifting weights, but I'm gonna get back into amateur weightlifting, which is me lifting weights basically. Exercise, like I usually walk a lot. A good distance, almost every day, more often than not. But you know, I need to start lifting weights because, you know, walking a long distance is kind of the goal. But I need to be able to get, you know, my energy up in a short distance. You know what I'm saying, like a certain threshold that you've walked a long enough distance, and like that's not gonna really work because it's getting hotter outside and. You know, I don't really want to go that far and then go back and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that threshold is cool, but, you know, walking a long enough distance, but that's more for enjoyment. You know, it's not like I'm using it to have my energy levels raise up. I'm going to start lifting weights to raise my energy level up. The goal is to basically lift weights until walking around isn't used for exercise. You know, that's the goal. I know if I work out before I stream, not before I stream, but if I just start working out more frequently, I'll have an easier time streaming because usually I have to eat and use the bathroom. And like, you know, usually like to like sit around a lot. I'm pretty sure once I work out, I'll be able to kind of streamline those things. Instead of having to eat and watch a video and sit around, I could literally eat because I'm gonna stream. I'm just hungry, eat, and then stream some more. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to stream. I'm just so sleepy, and you know I'm usually hungry or have to use the bathroom or something. I don't like doing that during the stream. I like rather do that before or after, and kind of stick to a more rigorous schedule because once your streaming energy runs out, it's almost impossible like to recover it in a reasonable amount of time or the foreseeable future. Like, streaming's basically being blind. Like, I don't know, I can't see what's gonna happen, whether I'm gonna have to use the bathroom, whether I'm hungry. So, you know, working out is definitely gonna improve the back end, I guess. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I probably won't stream again today because I already streamed Dragon's Dogma, and then I streamed some PoE. I'm gonna read some manga and work out, drink some juice or something, and that'd be about it. Like, streaming's the only thing I'm planning around. I'm not planning around eating. Like, if I want to eat, if I have to eat, I'm gonna eat. I'm going to eat. You know, if I want to use the bathroom, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm not gonna like plan around those things. I'm planning around streaming, so I have to improve other aspects and change other aspects. I can't change streaming. Streaming's like what I plan around. Like, streaming's gonna happen, and whatever happens, happens. I just have to plan around it. I can't like change other things. I can't plan around eating or plan around using the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm gonna get out of here.